What is up, everybody? This is the educator at School Your Brain. Today we're going to be looking at. Give me a second. Let me put up something called Goodhart's Law. Check this out. Goodhart's Law says this. I'm gonna highlight it right here. When a measure becomes a target, it ceases to be a good measure. So one thing to think about is when you're setting goals, you have to be very, very careful in terms of achieving that goal. And a couple things that came to mind was, what are you becoming is a question that comes into mind when I hear Goodhart's Law. What are you becoming? So let's say I set a goal to lose weight. Now, in the process of losing weight, I'm going to be doing some things because I want to lose weight, right? So essentially, I need to track that. And one target would be to make my weight go down, clearly, because I want to lose weight. And let's say I start measuring, weighing myself every single day, and the numbers are not moving. With Goodhart's Law, it's saying you got to be careful, because let's say you set the target, okay, I want to lose weight, so I'm going to do whatever it takes to get that number to go down. Meaning, I'm going to start going and take those diet pills, right? Starving myself, or you could like try every single fad diet, regardless of what it's going to do to your health. Because essentially, right, people really want to lose weight is because they want to become healthy. So you really have to be careful, because when you're saying I'm setting that target to lose weight, it's not just to lose weight, right? We're not looking solely just to make that number go down. We're trying to become healthy, essentially. So when you set a target, you have to be very careful in terms of what are you doing to reach that goal. Are you changing your values? Are you becoming a different person? Something that's you're not gonna be happy if you get the results. Right, so the ultimate goal is to lose weight, but you want to do it in a healthy way, something that will make you feel better, right? You get healthier, essentially. And the reason why you don't want the numbers to go down to be a target is because of the fact that if you're losing weight, that's not the only way you're gonna feel it, right? You can essentially be the same exact weight, right? Because if you're working out, let's say you're building muscle, and you're losing fat, right? You're burning the fat off. Your weight can pretty much still be the same. It's possible. Like, I've been working out for over a decade already, and my weight has been fluctuating a lot, and I noticed that I can maintain the same weight, but I can still look leaner. So there's other forms of data you could collect besides the weighing yourself in the morning, because if that number doesn't change, there's other ways that you're gonna notice that you're losing weight, because you might notice your clothes fit better. And this is just something I want you to keep in mind. So like in schools, if you're in school and you have a target for your students, right? You want to reach some type of a target with your students in order for them to, let's say, we have to set something called the SLO, right? We have student learning objectives, and let's say you want your students to, let's say you want 80% of your kids to pass, right? You don't want to set that goal arbitrarily. You want to look at the year before, and the data before. Let's say only 40% or 50% of your students met the goal you set for them last year. So how am I going to advocate a 30% increase, right? I got to make the goals more realistic, because what's going to happen here is if you set an unrealistic goal, which essentially you do want to set high goals that is really hard to achieve, but you got to think about, if we're designed to reach goals, we want to reach goals. So if we make that target everything, right? Let's say I do set the goal for 80%, right? That's something that is nothing's impossible. But you have to be careful, because if you set that goal to 80%, and you don't want to start doing things that are unethical. Let's say you just, I'm gonna pass these kids, give them a better score. Right? I'm just gonna fudge the scores, the data, so that it looks like 80% of my kids finish, when in fact that a lot of them, they didn't really reach the targets, right? They didn't learn the objectives you taught for them, right? Let's say you start. That's another thing. You might end up getting rid of stuff out for students. You might take away the objectives, or let's say you might take away a homework assignment, or you let this test, you omit the test scores, right? You don't count them. So you start doing things to essentially meet that goal, which is not really the path you want to take. Because remember, schools are for kids, and we're designed to, as a teacher, we're trying to help them learn, essentially, right? We want them to become a lifelong learner. So you can't just focus on the numbers. You got to think about, what is how am I going to get there? So a question I like to ask myself is, what am I becoming? So when I take these actions today, what am I becoming? If I, in terms of reaching that goal, am I doing things that are unethical? Is it something that that I'm not going to be happy or proud of myself of when I reach that goal. Because you don't want to look back and be like, I reached the goal, but you don't want to look back and be like, oh man, like I'm not proud of myself. So I just wanted to share this idea today. So Goodhart's law is something to keep in mind. When a measure becomes a target, it ceases to be a good measure. So just be careful with that one. When you're setting goals, right? Whether it's for you or for your students, be very, very careful that you don't, start cutting corners or cheating your way to reach that goal. Remember, the data is there for one thing only. It's just there to help you promote or provoke questions, right? It's not telling you the story. Like, it's basically there to inspire questions. That's it. And that's my idea I wanted to share with you for today. I'm the educator at School Your Brain. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Just leave them below. I'll definitely will be happy to hear from you. And if you have any ideas about Goodhart's law that you've probably witnessed or maybe you've done yourself, let me know. And subscribe. Don't forget to do that as well. Support the channel. I'm giving away the best free content I can come up with. So it would definitely be appreciated if you could just hit the subscribe button, because I'm not asking for anything else but that. Just that, your feedback, because again, the feedback lets me know what are some things you're trying to listen for or to, and I could create more videos about that. All right. Again, I'm the educator at School Your Brain, and I want you to have a good day.